In 1994, Disney's Lion King popularized a Swahili saying,
Hakuna Matata.
What?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata, and millions of us grew up humming it without ever thinking twice. But what if this cheerful motto hides a surprisingly deep philosophy, a way of seeing life that can bring both freedom and danger, depending on who you are? Let's unpack the idea behind Hakuna Matata, its origins, its meaning, and what it teaches us about escaping pain, avoiding responsibility, and finally finding balance. In Swahili, Hakuna Matata simply means no troubles or no problems. It's a common phrase in East Africa, often used the way we might say no worries or it's all good. Hakuna Matata. It's easy, warm, forgiving, a reminder not to let small things weigh you down. Disney borrowed that simple idea and turned it into something larger, a philosophy of life. But in The Lion King, the meaning of Hakuna Matata isn't the same for everyone. It's paradise for some and a prison for others. For Timon and Pumba, Hakuna Matata is a dream come true. They're small prey animals, a meerkat and a warthog, who have spent their lives running from predators. So when they discover a lush, peaceful jungle with no lions, no hyenas, no danger, they find something they've never had before: safety. For them, Hakuna Matata is an escapism. It's freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from the constant threat of being eaten. They've finally found a world where they can rest, eat what they like, and sleep when they want. In a way, they've earned their peace. They've found a paradise that lets them live fully without worrying about tomorrow. For Timon and Pumba, Hakuna Matata isn't avoidance, it's reward. And honestly, who would want that? No deadlines, no expectations, just living. But for Simba, the story is very different. When Simba joins them, he's not just escaping danger. He's escaping himself. He's a lion, the future king, living off insects and pretending not to care about his traumatic past. After witnessing his father's death and believing it was his fault, Simba runs away from his home, his duty, and his identity. In the jungle, Hakuna Matata gives him something he desperately needs: escapism, a way to forget, a way to stop thinking, stop feeling, stop remembering. But the truth is, Hakuna Matata doesn't heal Simba. It only hides his pain. He survives, but he doesn't grow. He lives, but not as himself. He eats bugs instead of hunting, drifts instead of leading, and stays comfortable instead of becoming who he was born to be. For Simba, Hakuna Matata isn't peace. It's paralysis. It's how he copes with guilt and loss. But it's also what keeps him from fulfilling his purpose and taking his rightful place in the circle of life. There's a hidden danger in the idea of a life without worries, because worry in its simplest form is care. If you care about something, you worry about it. You protect it, fight for it, improve it. Take the dodo bird, for example. They started out as flying birds who landed on an island with no predators. Consequently, they became heavier, lost their ability to fly or detect danger. IT had no reason to evolve, no reason to stay sharp. And eventually, when humans arrived, it was defenseless. A creature that truly had no worries simply vanished. When we remove all struggles, we remove the chance for growth. When we remove all fear, we lose caution. And when we remove all desire, we lose drive. So when we say, I just want a life with no worries, what we're really saying is, I want a life where I don't have to feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is often where character is born. Here's the paradox. Worry is painful, but it's also useful. If you have desires, things you want to achieve, protect, or love, you will have worries. They are the friction that shapes who you are.
Remember who you are.
When Simba finally returns to face Scar, he's not devoid of worry. There is guilt for his part in his father's demise. There is fear of being blamed by his mother. But he has also accepted all possible outcomes and is placing the well-being of the savannah above his own grief. So this time, those worries don't weaken him. They guide him. They remind him what matters. So maybe Hakuna Matata was never meant to be a full-time lifestyle. Maybe it's a momentary refuge, a safe resting point on the road between pain and purpose. It's the calm between two storms, the space to breathe before you act again. In today's world, we're surrounded by overthinking, constant information pressure, performance anxiety. In that sense, Hakuna Matata is still a powerful idea, if we use it wisely. It doesn't mean never worry. It means don't cling to worry. Do what you can, fix what's in your control, and for the rest, let it go. The phrase becomes a psychological tool, a way to quiet the noise and focus on the present. When your mind spins in circles about things you can't change, say it to yourself, Hakuna Matata. It's not denial, it's detachment. So yes, Hakuna Matata can be a wonderful phrase, but only when you understand its limits. For Timon and Pumba, it's paradise, the joy of survival without fear. For Simba, it's a coping mechanism, a way to escape guilt and pain. For us, it can be balance, to care deeply, but not obsess, to act bravely, but not overthink, to live with purpose, and when the day is done, to rest in peace. Because life will always bring worries, but the art of living well is knowing which ones are worth keeping. And for everything else, Hakuna Matata. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more philosophy hidden in pop culture.